Brain of Britain, the nationwide general knowledge contest, chaired by Russell Davis.
Hello and welcome everyone. We've returned to London for today's contest and we're here at the BBC Radio Theatre with a lively audience and another 4 contenders for the 2022 Brain of Britain title. In half an hour's time, at least one of them will have won a place in the semi-finals. And I say at least one because, as you'll remember, there are places in the semi-finals for the top-scoring runners-up across the series, as well as the outright heat winners. So, straight away, let's meet our 4 contenders today.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Comfort. I'm from Annerley in South London and I'm a journalist.
Hello, I'm Annabel Gaskell. I'm a school science technician and health and safety officer from Abingdon.
Hi, I'm Tom Gibson. I'm from St Ives in Cambridgeshire and I'm a software tester.
Hello, I'm Wendy Merrick. I'm a civil servant and I'm from the West Midlands.
Thank you. There's nothing complicated about the rules of this quiz. You just have to concentrate on the answers rather than how much money to bid or who to vote off or anything else of that kind. There's a point for each correct answer and I'll keep asking you questions until you get one wrong or can't answer. When that happens, I'll open it up to the others for a bonus point and your turn will end. We go around in alphabetical order of surname, meaning that the first question today is for you, Nicholas Comfort. Which US president has the capital of an African country named after him?
Monroe.
James Monroe, yes, Monrovia, the capital of Liberia. As president, Monroe supported the work of the American Colonization Society, supporting the migration of free African Americans to the continent of Africa. The Battle of Antietam was an event in which war?
The American Civil War.
Fought on a single day, the 17th of September 1862 in Maryland. It's often referred to as the bloodiest day in America's history. In the night sky, the stars Betelgeuse and Bellatrix form part of which constellation?
Orion?
Yes, they form the shoulders of the figure of Orion, if you can picture that. What is the one-word title of author Joyce Carol Oates' fictional depiction of the life of Marilyn Monroe?
Marilyn?
No. Annabel Gaskell?
Blonde.
Blonde is the right answer, and it's your turn. Which tree's leaves provide the symbol of the National Trust?
Oak.
Yes, the oak. The indented leaves and acorns of oak trees have been on the National Trust logo since 1936. In chemistry, what is the metallic element with the highest melting point?
Osmium.
No. Tom Gibson?
Tungsten?
Tungsten is right at the extremely high temperature of 3,399 degrees Celsius, almost twice as high as the melting point of titanium. And it's your turn, Tom Gibson. What name is given to the different forms of an element whose atoms contain the same number of protons and electrons, but differ in the number of neutrons?
Isotope?
Yes. In October 2021, after breaking a record previously set just 3 months before by 82-year-old Wally Funk, which Canadian-born actor declared, "I hope I never recover from this"?
William Shatner?
Yes, when he became the oldest person to have travelled in space. He was 90 at the time. The moment in the Earth's ancient history known to scientists as the KPG event refers to what specifically?
Asteroid impact with the Earth?
Yes, and resulting in?
Mass extinction.
Extinction, yes, extinction of the dinosaurs in particular. It's the collision catastrophe at the end of the Cretaceous period, 66 million years ago, that brought about the mass extinction of the dinosaurs and most other species at the time. Which Pan-Africanist leader, who nominated himself as provisional president of Africa, spent his last years in London and died in Kensington in 1940?
Selassie?
No. Yes, Nicholas Comfort.
W.E.B. Du Bois?
It wasn't, no. No more offers? No, it was Marcus Garvey. His body was later, much later, reburied in his native Jamaica. Wendy Merrick, your turn. Aduki, borlotti and fava are all types of what foodstuff?
Beans.
Yes. In the BBC television comedy series The Vicar of Dibley, what's the name of the church the Reverend Geraldine Granger is assigned to?
St Cuthbert's.
No. Does anybody know? Tom Gibson knows?
St Margaret's.
No. Worth a guess, though. Nicholas Comfort?
All Angels?
No. And Annabel Gaskell?
St Bride's.
No, I thought you might be getting it. St Barnabas. St Mary the Virgin in Turville in Buckinghamshire doubles as the fictional St Barnabas in the series. End of round one, and everybody scored, which is good and healthy, and it's rather neat. This, Wendy Merrick has 1, Annabel Gaskell has 2, Nicholas Comfort has 3, and Tom Gibson 4. Okay, Nicholas Comfort again, let's see how this goes. With your next question, you get to hear some vintage comedy provided by the Goons. Have a listen, and then please tell me the name of this classic story.
1938, but from the continent came ominous rumblings.
Oh, this Spanish food. Oh, waiter, 1 brandy and pronto.
1 brandy and pronto coming up. Those were the last words said at peace. At that moment, Germany declared war in all directions. Bang!
Bang? War! I must write my memoirs. The day war broke, I said to Ellenbrook, "You fool."
Tales of Men's Shirts, a story of Down Under.
Oh, the very fullest title, you're absolutely right. First broadcast on the 31st of December 1959, written by Spike Milligan. Which English county did the West Indies cricketer Viv Richards play for between 1974 and 86?
Somerset?
Yep. In which year was Halley's Comet last visible from Earth?
1999?
It wasn't, I'm afraid. No, Tom Gibson?
1986.
That's the right answer, yes. 2061 is its next predicted perihelion. Annabel Gaskell, in collaboration with the composer George Antheil, which Hollywood actress patented a secret communication system designed to prevent the Nazis from jamming Allied transmissions during the Second World War?
Lauren Bacall.
No. I can believe it, but no. Wendy Merrick?
Is it Hedy Lamarr?
It was Hedy Lamarr, yes. The frequency hopping technique is often referenced as an important development in the field of wireless communication, influencing even the age of Bluetooth and GPS systems. Tom Gibson's turn. Which Stephen King novel begins with the Creed family moving to the small town of Ludlow?
Pet Cemetery.
First published in 1983, yes. In spring 2022, who announced that he'll be stepping down as artistic director of the Royal Shakespeare Company next year, a post he's held since 2012?
I don't know, sorry.
Okay. Annabel Gaskell knows?
Gregory Doran.
Gregory Doran is right, yes. Wendy Merrick now. Which English word is derived from the Greek meaning a circle of animals?
Circumspect.
No. Tom Gibson.
Zodiac.
Zodiac, yes. Here are the scores now. Everybody's gone up. Wendy Merrick has 2, Annabel Gaskell 3, Nicholas Comfort 5, Tom Gibson 7. All very healthy. Well done. Nicholas Comfort, back to you. Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, was annexed in 1888 by which nation?
Chile?
Yes. Designed in 5 colours, red, black, green, yellow and white, the national flag of which African country features an open book, a hoe and an AK-47 assault rifle?
Eritrea?
No. Tom Gibson.
Mozambique.
Mozambique, yes. Symbolising, respectively, education, agriculture and, allegedly, defence. Annabel Gaskell, here's some music for you, and it's an example of that much rehabilitated genre known as progressive rock. 2022 marks the 50th anniversary of Trilogy, the third studio album by a noted British prog rock band. After we've heard some of From the Beginning from that album, I'd like you to tell me who they are.
There might have been things I missed, but don't be unkind. It don't mean I'm blind. Perhaps there's a thing or two I think of lying in bed I shouldn't have said, but there it is.
Camel?
No. Tom Gibson?
Crosby, Stills and Nash?
No. Wendy Merrick?
Is it yes?
No. No, it isn't yes. Nicholas Comfort? No. It's Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Greg Lake, Keith Emerson and Carl Palmer. Tom Gibson now. The world's first automated teller machine, or ATM, was inaugurated or opened by the comic actor Reg Varney at the Enfield branch of Barclays. In which decade?
1960s.
Correct. June the 27th, 1967, to be precise. The money came out with a wrap around it marked Barclay Cash. And just for the delectation of our audience here in the theatre, I have one from that very machine with Barclay Cash on it, and there it is, £10 from 1967. Well answered. Anyway, in 2022, a tunnel was discovered, thought to have been used to smuggle drugs and people between the US city of San Diego and which Mexican city on the other side of the border?
Tijuana.
It was almost 600 yards long, and indeed it went to Tijuana. In 1999, Time magazine named the American inventor Philo T. Farnsworth one of the most influential people of the 20th century. What was his principal field of activity?
Chemistry.
No. Yes, Annabel Gaskell.
Accountancy and tax returns?
Oh, dear. Is that an activity? I suppose it is, yes. No. Nicholas Comfort.
Car safety?
No.
Is it medicine?
It's not Wendy Merrick. No, it's electronic engineering. In 1927, he filed a patent for what he called an image dissector, which was the vital working part of the TV camera, permitting an all-electronic television system. But he held upwards of 300 patents in all, mostly in the area of transmission technology. Wendy Merrick, in the UK, what's the top award that Explorer Scouts and Scout Network members can achieve?
Queen Scout Award.
It's exactly that, the Queen Scout Award. Which female poet did the philosopher Plato nominate as the 10th muse?
I don't know, sorry.
Right. Yeah, Annabel Gaskell knows?
Sappho?
Sappho is right, yes. And it's the end of another round. Here are the scores now. Wendy Merrick, 3 points, Annabel Gaskell, 4, Nicholas Comfort, 6, and Tom Gibson, 10. So, with everybody in reach of one another, let's pause for breath at roughly the halfway point in the contest and allow our brains to suspend their rivalry and work as a team. We call this Beat the Brains, and it involves all 4 of our contenders pooling their knowledge to see if they can deal with 2 cleverly devised questions from a Brain of Britain listener. The questions we've chosen today have come from Bruce Walbrun in Stevenage, who I seem to recall has had questions on the programme in the past. If Bruce outwits our brains with his questions today, he'll win a book voucher prize. I should say this is just for fun. It doesn't affect the scores in any way. If you're ready for Bruce's first question, here it is. What does an expurgifactor do to you, and why is it usually annoying?
Can you spell that, please?
Yes, E-X-P-E-R-G-E-F-A-C-T-O-R. Expurgifactor.
I've got no idea.
Is it, I was thinking maybe something to do with, like...
Taking something out.
Yes.
Yeah, it does sound like that, yeah.
Expurgate, yes.
Yeah.
Or is it something that makes you throw up?
Could well be. Could well be.
Purgative, yes.
Is it a polite word for a laxative?
It could
I think
go with it.
that's as good a guess as any.
Yeah, that could be
I'm
annoying.
going to help you there. I don't think you should be misled by the perg bit, because it is P-E-R-G, not P-U-R-G.
Oh, P-E-R.
X.
Thank you for
P-E-R.
No, I can't think of anything. No.
Think of something annoying.
Yes.
Hiccups.
Buzzer?
Yeah.
I'll go with a buzzer. Noise.
Right. Well, it could be in a sense, but that's not the generality of it. An expurgafactor is something or someone that wakes you up. Whether it's an alarm clock, a bin lorry, someone snoring, a drunken person shouting in the street, or the crowing of the cockerel. Well, here comes Bruce Walburn's second question then. Once the expurgafactor has done its work and you're lying awake, you may very well be onirocritical for a few minutes. That's O-N-E-I-R-O critical. What does that mean?
Is that to do with still being half in a dream state? An environmency.
Could be.
That would be the logical thing.
Yeah, sort of like half asleep. Still.
Half asleep.
Yeah, I think that sounds a good one to go for.
Oeno that's the Latin for wine, isn't it? Might it mean you're still hungover?
Yeah, let's go for that.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Yeah, let's go for that. So we say still a little bit hungover.
A bit hungover. No, I'm afraid not. No, you shouldn't have moved over to Latin from Greek. You were onto it in the dream state. It means you're trying to make sense of the dream that you just had. Oneiros in Greek is a dream, and krites is a discerner or judge, as in critic, so it's about the interpretation of dreams. It's fairly widely accepted now that you only remember dreams if you were having them more or less at the time you woke up. So, thank you, Bruce. The brains didn't prove to be up to your challenge in either part this time, so we can send you your book voucher prize. I know our audience will want to show their appreciation, having enjoyed your questions, and I guarantee no one could possibly sleep through this disturbingly loud round of applause. Oh, thank you, a vintage one. All we need from you, if you'd like to suggest ideas for this part of the programme, is a couple of interesting questions with the answers supplied, please. You can email them whenever you like to brainofbritain@bbc.co.uk. They can be linked in theme, as Bruce's were today, or completely unrelated. You don't even have to confine it to two. You can send more if you like and leave it to us to decide which ones we like the most. That's the end of the interval then. Fingers on buttons, everyone, and let's resume the contest with another round beginning with you, Nicholas Comfort. Which American animation series, with a family name as its title, made in the 1960s and rerun for many decades afterwards, was described by the showbiz paper Variety after its first season as a pen and ink disaster?
The Addams Family?
No. Wendy Merrick.
Is it the Flintstones?
It was the Flintstones. Imagine that. Yes, ran for decades. Annabel Gaskell. The phrase, the milk of human kindness, originated in which play by Shakespeare?
If in doubt, I'll try Hamlet.
No, there are an awful lot of quotes there, but no, not this time. Nicholas Comfort.
Merchant of Venice?
No. Wendy Merrick.
Midsummer Night's Dream?
No. Tom Gibson, I guess.
Twelfth Night.
No, it's Macbeth, I'm afraid. It's in Lady Macbeth's soliloquy on the subject of her husband's character. Yet I do fear thy nature, it is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. All right, Tom Gibson, time for music for you. In 2022, the Blue Note record label released the 20th anniversary super deluxe edition of the album Come Away With Me. Here's the title track. Can you name the Grammy Award-winning performer?
And I want to walk with you on a cloudy day in fields where the yellow grass grows knee-high. So won't you try Come away with me and we'll kiss on a mountain top. Come away with me.
Nora Jones.
It was Nora Jones, yes. The coelacanth is an order of fish once believed to have been extinct since the Cretaceous period, until a live specimen was caught in 1938 off the coast of which African country?
Guinea.
No. Nicholas Comfort?
Madagascar?
No. Wendy Merrick?
Is it Namibia?
No. Annabel Gaskell?
Mozambique?
No, it was South Africa. Wendy Merrick now, in which decade did the first women take their seats in the House of Lords?
1930s?
No. Nicholas Comfort?
1950s?
Yes, 1958 to be exact. There are 200 female peers in the House of Lords today. End of another round. The scores are Wendy Merrick and Annabel Gaskell 4 apiece, Nicholas Comfort 7, Tom Gibson 11. Nobody out of reach as we go back to Nicholas Comfort. Which planet of the solar system did the probe Mariner 9 visit in 1971?
Neptune?
No. Wendy Merrick?
Mars?
It was Mars. Annabel Gaskell, originally published sequentially in the 1980s under the titles City of Glass, Ghosts and the Locked Room, the New York Trilogy is a series of novels by which American writer?
My favourite author, Paul Auster.
Aha, well, that was a lucky one. You're right, of course. The UK Houses of Parliament are situated in which parliamentary constituency? And I need the exact name of the constituency, please.
Westminster?
No. Nicholas Comfort?
Cities of London at Westminster.
That's right, and the plural is vital. Cities of London and Westminster. Conservative Nicky Aiken as the current member. Tom Gibson, alphabetically, which comes first in the list of English cities? Out of time, I'm afraid. It does require a bit of thought. Wendy Merrick?
Is it Bath?
It is. It is. And this remains true even after the announcement of the new cities marking the Platinum Jubilee, of which the ones in England are Colchester, Doncaster, and Milton Keynes. Wendy Merrick, it's your turn for a question with music, and here's Ariana DeBose, who won an Oscar in 2022 as Best Supporting Actress for her role in Steven Spielberg's remake of West Side Story. When you've heard her, I'd like you to tell me which character she plays.
Skyscrapers bloom in America, Cadillacs zoom in America, industry boom in America,
Moving a room in America.
lots of new housing with more space,
Lots of doors slamming in our face.
I'll get a terrace apartment.
Better get rid of your accent.
Is it Anita?
Anita del Carmen, yes, you're right. Which painter, who was born and died in Milan, was best known for painting portraits in which the faces are made up of items of fruit, vegetables, fish, flowers, and so forth?
Picasso?
No. Annabel Gaskell?
Something like Girambolo?
Not like, I'm afraid, no. Any guesses? No, his name was Arcimboldo. Maybe that's what you were aiming for. 1527 to 1593 his dates were. Another round goes by, and the scores are bunching up a little bit. Annabel Gaskell 5, Wendy Merrick 7, Nicholas Comfort 8, Tom Gibson 11. And with everybody still within reach of a win, I have to tell you folks, this is the final round of the contest. Nicholas Comfort, which Conservative politician of cabinet rank was president of the COP26 Climate Summit in Glasgow in 2021?
Alok Sharma.
It was, the MP for Reading West. In 2021, what three-letter word was chosen by Oxford English Dictionary as its word of the year? The organisation said of this word that more than any other, it has injected itself into the bloodstream of the English language.
Yep.
No. Tom Gibson.
Vax.
Vax, yes, you see there was a clue there. Vax is the answer. And we come to Annabel Gaskell. Which of Henry VIII's wives was the mother of Mary I?
Catherine Howard.
No. Afraid not. Wendy Merrick?
Catherine of Aragon.
Is the right answer, yes. And Tom Gibson, to you. What widely used product produced by the Sealed Air Corporation began life as a textured wallpaper invented by engineers Al Fielding and Mark Chavan in 1957, but is now inescapably familiar to anyone who engages in online shopping?
A basket?
No. Nicholas Comfort?
Polythene?
No. No more guesses. No. The answer is bubble wrap. And the last day of January is apparently National Bubble Wrap Day. I can't wait. Well, Wendy Merrick, your question. In the human body, the clavicle is better known as what?
The collarbone.
It is. Quote, he sits in a beautiful parlour with hundreds of books on the wall. He drinks a great deal of marsala, but never gets tipsy at all, is a verse from a comic poem written about himself by which poet?
Roger McGough.
No. Tom Gibson.
Edward Lear.
Yes, it's the one that begins, how pleasant to know, Mr. Lear. And that brings us to the end of the contest. And these are today's final scores. Annabel Gaskell, 5 points. Wendy Merrick and Nicholas Comfort, 9 apiece. Tom Gibson, 13. Congratulations to Tom Gibson, who will be returning for the semi-finals in a month or two. And thank you and well done to the other three for what's been a most enjoyable contest. Join us again next week for another heat of Brain of Britain 2022 right here at the Radio Theatre. Thanks for listening today, and goodbye.